Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Greetings, sovereign navigators of the holy waters of the new earth, galactic earth angels of the 144. We are navigating the unknown waters of the new positive timeline of the heaven on earth paradigm. We navigate through these unprecedented times with the power of our almighty I Am presence, combined with our pure intent and divine will. In the totality of the pure awareness of our infinite multidimensional self, we connect our oversoul with our third-dimensional conscious minds to co-create together the utopia vision of peace, abundance, and freedom for all sentient beings of divine light. We had powerful higher dimensional waves flowing in from the great central sun over the last 2 days. We had 5D gamma plasma waves coming in today, appearing as amplitude overtones of 19 Hz, 22 Hz, and a big blast at 25 Hz. Keep flowing with these multidimensional pulses of galactic radiation, activating and upgrading our core codes of our crystalline DNA blueprints. Today is the 5th moon of the planetary service wave spell on the Mayan calendar, overtone peacock moon, which is holding the power of radiance, radiating brilliant source light through our heart centers. The 5th moon of radiance begins today, November 15th, through the 12/12 portal on December 12th, which will carry us through the lunar and solar eclipses to assist us in this great revelation and ascension journey. The moon and the sun will become eclipsed to open the doorway in between worlds to complete the manifestation of our rainbow bridges connecting heaven and earth. The physical with the non-physical, the mind with the heart. The Trinity come together in the still white magnetic light at the center of all things. This is the activation of cosmic consciousness within the minds of man to allow the possibility of our quantum leap of consciousness into homo luminous golden ones of the new golden age of eternal bliss consciousness. Today is also Keen 76 Yellow Spectral Warrior, the 11th tone and 11th gateway of liberation, where we dissolve and release all that no longer serves us or humanity. The synchronic day is also encoded with the 1313 of the Divine Feminine and 44 of Christ Consciousness. The Yellow Warrior activated our fearless nature of our lion nation of courage and conviction. We keep going through and through and through and never give up as we transcend into total compression breakthrough. The great paradox of creation is that emptiness is form and form is emptiness. The power of love combined with the force of truth creates the life we live. You are what you think you are, and the world is what you think it is. Although nothing is as it seems, nor is it otherwise. From the very first, not a thing is. Mu. Aho. Abundance codes 178-183, 999, 243, 375, 3619, 237. Welcome to our channel. I am Paul White Gold Eagle from PrimeDisclosure.com. We have many powerful transmissions today, so be sure to stick around to the very end. And if you could do us a favor and like, comment, and share these transmissions to get to more of our team of the 144,000. And if you haven't had a chance yet, be sure to check out our video earlier today, a special transmission on this powerful divine intervention activation meditation for this coming solstice, December 21st, 2021. This is from Cobra and the Earth Alliance. And please share that video with as many people as you can, for we are going to consciously co-create the new timeline, fully anchoring 5D New Earth, which is the great harmonic convergence and the great ascension process. And it is up to us, Starseed ground crew team of the 144, to consciously co-create through the physical, through the non-physical, from the etheric into the tangible. And with these powerful waves coming in, we had many earth changes and activations over the last 24 hours. We had massive flooding in Egypt and in Sardinia, Italy, as Pachamama continues to cleanse, to clear, to purge. Our prayers and blessings go to all people suffering due to these great earth changes all over this realm. And in the last 24 hours, we had many activations all over Mother Earth. 151 M1.5 or greater earthquakes, 51 into 15, 6 portal, 6-dimensional energy coming in. The most powerful, 6-0 Southwest Indian Ridge. This was at 4:23 UTC, followed by several more powerful activations in the same portal, Southwest Indian Ridge, with a 4-7, 4-5, 5-3, one after another activation coming in. And the crown of Lemuria, Alaska Peninsula, 4-4, Divine 44 coming in. Coalinga, California, 3-3, 33, Divine Mastery. Southern East Pacific Rise, we had 2 powerful activations there, 5.6 and a 4-6. This is in the South Pacific, off the coast of Chile, South America. And then in the West Chile Rise, 4.4. Sonora, Mexico, La Libertad, Portal of Liberation, 4.2. Another activation in Iran today, Hormozgan, with a 5.2 activation. In the Philippines, on the Ring of Fire, 4-5, another 4-5, Iran, 4-4, Indonesia, 4-8, another activation in Southwest Indian Ridge, 4.7, San Antonio de los Cobres, South America, Argentina, 4.6, Chile, 4-3 in the Andes Mountains, Asia, 4.0, and our most powerful sacred portal of the Kunlun Mountains, the land of the immortals, Willow, Alaska, 3-3. Scotland, United Kingdom, 3.1. And this was at 1:44 UTC in the sacred portal of Scotland, of our Scottish people and some of our ancestors. 1:44 encoded within this powerful activation. All portals fully open, fully activated, preparing Gaia and all her children through this great transformation, this powerful ascension process. And thank you for joining us on this great mission to shift this whole realm into the new Earth 5D, the new Lemuria. We're going to continue now with the current Sabian symbols. Right now, the moon is at 15 degrees, 56 minutes Aries. The sun is at 23 degrees, 48 minutes Scorpio. The current Sabian symbol for the sun at 24 degrees Scorpio. Crowds coming down the mountain to listen to one inspired man. And the current Sabian symbol for the moon at 16 degrees Aries. Brownies dancing in the setting sun, from astrologyweekly.com. And now my sacred Condor pulls a card for you today from the Oracle deck, Beyond Lemuria, from Izzy Ivy. And the card she pulled for you today, card 28, Gracious Receptivity. Gratitude, being thankful, receptivity, giving without expectation, how worthiness and self-love can affect your capacity to receive and to give without depletion, overflow over obligation, thriving over surviving, gifting economies. If there was a manual for optimal human experience, one of the most potent points would be gratitude. It is the backbone of all spiritual practice. Writing a list of the things you are grateful for has been scientifically proven to have a profound positive effect on the mind and the nervous system. When we shift our perspective from what we are lacking, needing, and desiring, we temporarily replace the survival factor with the resonance for thriving. When we acknowledge the miracle of our existence and how far we have come despite the challenges, it can bring back our inner smile. Gratitude can enliven an attitude of, I got this. One of the best tricks for bringing something into your life is to be already thankful for it, as if it has already arrived. This sets up the frequency of fullness and plenty, rather than emptiness and need. As we have mentioned before, like attracts like, but there is a whole other power at play here, as true gratitude is anchored in the heart. Being moved by the sheer awe of appreciation and thankfulness is hugely pivotal to the way others and our environment responds to us. The next step is to give from our hearts without being asked or invited. When we emanate a field of new earth consciousness, giving can free us from expectation, just by knowing that we can all thrive together when everything flows as a system of gifting. Burning Man Festival is a blueprint of this. Yes, others may take advantage, but if you drop the fear of this outcome, it is quite likely that those of this frequency will also fall away. Holding up a beacon of light this way creates incentive and inspiration to those around you, as their cup fills and unlocks space within them for resources in other areas. Thus, this giving overflow has a domino effect from person to person. Receptivity is a critical factor in the art of giving. Those who struggle to feel they have the resources to give may also have trouble receiving. Some do not feel worthy enough to receive, even from themselves. As mentioned, heart energy is key to gratitude and receptivity. Here it brings us to self-love and how important it is for feeling full enough so that our overflow doesn't deplete. When you allow yourself to receive from those in their hearts joyous overflow and give from a place beyond expectation or obligation, a whole new paradigm reveals itself. You will discover a new way of thriving. Giving and receptivity is a two-way flow. Each allows space for the other. When we are in our hearts, we have limitless resources, and that starts with gratitude. Could gifting economies be the seed for a more joyful new paradigm of making the world go round? And now today, from Divine Brother of the Light, Sean Caulfield. Paradox of the Universal Wave. Wisdom for the Soul, 15th of November 2021, 5 Monkey, empowers time weaving. As we let go the mind, all happens in divine order and in truth to the unified force of the heart. Because it transcends the imprints of the duality of the mind, the 9th universal wave timing frequency aligns to the heart's intelligence and to the consciousness of divine time. In the end, everything happens in divine time. The mind constantly manipulates the outcome so it can get what it wants. Paradoxically, this is taking the journey of the soul off course from divine time. The manipulation is distorting and destroying our collective field of existence, yet it is all a temporary illusion. The activation of the 9th universal wave in 2011 is gradually pulling life to be more and more centered in the divine timing frequency of the heart. Hence, the 9th universal wave of evolution is bringing consciousness to be in the heart, where nothing can be manipulated or controlled at the expense of the collective soul. The fire of divine time that holds the memory of what the universe was conceived by billions of years ago has evolved consciousness to a point where everything that separates is being transcended. The 9th wave frequency is the point in time at the top of the pyramid. It is the ultimate shift point in time that is aligning consciousness to live complete and true to the beginnings and to the primordial intelligence of the heart. The mind will doubt this because it is caught in old patterns that hook onto the immature duality of the past. For the mind to understand this, it needs to let go and be in the heart, where it will receive what it needs to know how to grow beyond the limiting duality of the physical dimension. In terms of the timekeeping of the 9th universal wave, since it was activated on the 9th of March 2011, we are in the 109th cycle. Each cycle is 36 days, being 18 days of light and 18 days of night. On the 17th of November, 7 Reid, we arrive at the midpoint and the beginning of 18 days of night, where this overlaps the 260-day Tzolk'in will give guidance to how the energies are weaving together. Because the 9th wave transcends the 260-day Tzolk'in, to my understanding it is transcending duality to align the soul to its cosmic multidimensional destiny. Paradoxically, this means we are now living above the need to understand time. All we must be is in the heart, and we will be in tune with divine time. Everything will unfold in divine order and in truth to the source creator of divine time. from the universalfrequency.com and rockartgallery.com, and from Divine Sistar of the Light, Ra James. Monday night, the waves are going to start. This week takes us through some huge cosmic energies. Some of you may feel the frequencies rising even faster. That's why you may want to do some extra self-care or rest today. We are in the last week of Scorpio season. This Scorpio season has helped us declare a lot. November 21st kicks off Sagittarius season. It's going to bring a lot of positive energies. Sagittarius is always super uplifting. Its influence may encourage you to travel. Many of you are hearing the call to adventure right now. This may get stronger during Sagittarius season. Pay attention if you're being drawn to or guided to visit certain places. This month, as the Sun, Mercury, and Mars in Scorpio reawaken, we can expect it to shake things up. It's also activating our inner desires. Expect major plot twists this month. It's an amazing time to start a new chapter or to flip the script. With Mars in Scorpio, you may be craving union. This may be intensifying some connections. We have the planets all about relationships right now. The planets have been working hand in hand with Scorpio season to clear the old and take us into the new. Today is so important as Juno, the asteroid of marriage, follows behind Venus and entering Capricorn. The end of November may be making things feel more serious because of this transit, but it will be bringing some romantic vibes. We are officially in eclipse season again too. November 19th we have a full moon and lunar eclipse in Taurus. This eclipse season may get loud for those of you that have been ignoring your guidance. Taurus can be one of the strongest signs of the zodiac. It's also one of the most sensual signs. We have the planets of love aligning with an eclipse, set to unlock our destiny. At the same time, we are set to pass through a Pleiadian portal while being showered with the Leonids meteor shower. We have moved into a powerful Pleiadian alignment. That portal is open now and will peak fully from November 17th through the 19th. During that time, the Sun and the Earth will fully align with the Pleiades. The Leonids are bringing a pinch of Leo to the party. This meteor shower will be peaking November 16th through the 17th, but stays active through the rest of the month. This one is kicking off its own storm. It's known to bring meteor storms, and that's just what it's doing. Expect a beautiful display of shooting stars. You can catch the stars falling like the rain right now. Expect fireballs and lots of blue galactic looking lights this week. From sparksofdivinelighthealing.com. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Raylene Brady. In an unadulterated truth, the inverted Atlantean paradigm is long dismantled. However, the hijacking and siphoning of the trauma held in our collective cellular memory has had timeline convergence held in a 2 to 4D trapping system. This holding pattern, originating from and devised by the sons of Belial, Shadow Mirror Portrayal, has run its course. To the degree that the unconscious dream spell mechanism wreaking havoc with our very own psyche remains unintegrated, as to the proportionate degree that these seemingly sinister programs are perpetuated. Just as one struggles to awaken from a convincingly harrowing nightmare, we must find the strength to jolt ourselves out of this illusory grasp. Rather than projecting it all out there, be prepared to recognize and integrate the shadow stories stuck in the layerings of our own etheric sheaths as it all unravels. It takes diligence and self-awareness to hold the realization, visioning of golden global elevation paradigm of new true earth. May the antidote of pure truth provide sustenance and stability of the good, the bad, the ugly, and the beautiful enactments spiraling around and within us, integrate it all. The truth of the parts we have wittingly and unwittingly played in an insidious pantomime plot spanning many millennia within a holographic capsule known as Earth Time. This is so in the face now, so tragic yet simultaneously comedic. Humor helps soften the egoic blows. What will it take to realize that putting our heads in the sand, fully exposed and ceaselessly shafted by our own volition, subtle sex, namely profit, adoration, and distinction is rife on our planet. So much so it appears as if the physical enactment of bondage and submission is no longer actually required, all the while soulless ghouls perform vile addiction-fueled acts, ravaging rampantly in dank dark basements and caverns. No more can we truly live with eyes wide shut. If you are here now on the earth, you have signed up to bear witness to it all. We only get what we are ready for, no more, no less. Integrate it all. Exerting minute free will over divine will only get us so far, no comparison. What will it take to shake up, step up the collective condition of which we, the ensouled, have all ultimately agreed to wholly unshackle ourselves from, continue to lead by example? What do you feel is required to do it for you? Just as only you truly know the answer to this question, know too that the answer is ultimately for your heirs, perhaps relative, but not entirely relevant to another's referential point of experience. Although we are all here on Earth witnessing this scenario, not one person is having the exact same experience as you, or of you for that matter. All that I can add is that as individuals we have to go in to get out. Underbelly of Gaia inceptions are an essential initiatic rite of passage whilst experiencing dimensional Earth. The veils between our personal and planetary underworld are thinning, and for some obsolete. Is it time yet to pull back the curtain on the proverbial wizard and move from shadow to substance? We are calling to ourselves at this juncture the biggest shock treatment show yet to play out on the 3D Earth plane, and it's only getting started. Integrate it all. Marvel in its glory as this beautifully disastrous false lit truth continues to unveil itself. Everything is cyclic, cycles within greater cycles. In humility, pure truth is realized. Remember, in our infinite wisdom we remain the orchestrators, executors, and recipients of our own reality within our individual and collective illusory playing field, also known as duality reality. Our inaugural spiritual kindergarten. Time to graduate the school of hard knocks with gratitude, rising with a brave heart, integrate it all, until we unequivocally accept that all we experience, and I mean it all, is meant to throw us into a decisive crisis, one of our own making, free of any and all conjecture. Straying too far off course with our moral compass and our soul covenant to uphold divine truth is now futile. Before each incarnation, whilst in gestation in the womb, every living soul enters into divine covenant, where a grand indwelling plan is meticulously devised in full consciousness by our true self in union with God, divine creator, source, whatever word fits for you to connect in. A conversation with the divine ensues each time that goes along the lines of, question, are you sure you want to go back down there? Answer, yes. Question, are you sure you're sure? Answer, yeah. Question, are you sure you want to do it like that? Answer, yes, I'm sure. Okay, off you go, but always remember and never forget, you are never forsaken. Then towards the end of the term, just before delivery, as part of the soul agreement, all is clearly forgotten, and we again fall into the deep amnesiatic state, and whoosh, we're back, entering into a monomyth. We thusly embark on the hero's journey as we return to grace and godhood. Interesting, this morning I woke to the following discourse. Humanity as a whole has at this juncture have entered into a divine meta-monad collective covenant. This can be realized as a free will subconscious to conscious rising of collective frequency matching within new true earth. As such, we find ourselves teetering on the precipice of this now nexus point, cycling from a monostate into a polynucleus, a cohesive collective hero's journey, if you will. Hence, a huge percentage of humanity are now becoming painfully aware, even if they can't yet name it, of the illusory roller coaster ride they've been on, and are saying, forget this for a game of soldiers. So with a sincere heart, many are seeking answers to questions such as, there's got to be more to life, more to me. In la ketch, namaste, hold space. Many in their own authentic way are not only feeling their way through getting off the roller coaster ride, but dropping their roles and humoring the charade unfolding outside of real time. This in itself is the boon of this epoch, masterfully engendered by us. Has the illusory spell truly been broken? integrate it all. The smell of heartfelt victory looms sweetly in the air. And as it is said, victory can be made. No matter how often you are defeated, you are born to victory, and so the cycle continues. Rise and shine, Homo Luminous, Raylene Brady. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Judith Kusel. Huge shifts are streaming in as the power of love is lifting us beyond all which ever was and has been. A totally new life is beginning in a totally new world. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Hear everyone, the divine is in you. All is one, in oneness, unity, inseparable, not able to distance from us. We exist inside the infinite omniverse of this one. As within, so without. As above, so below. From JudithKusel.com. And from Divine Brothor of the Light, David Alexander Lightfoot. Energy Ascension Update. We're going through a very powerful deep shift within and in the collective. Deep inner work is taking place, and this is very intense for many. The new light codes and frequencies are very strong. Feeling dizzy, blurry eyesight, pressure in the solar plexus, feeling heavy and tired are some of the symptoms. No old connections to people and places no longer serve us, our purpose. We are breaking free from old fear beliefs, karma, drama, so there is resistance as you are taking back your power. Do not worry, all is fine, as this is part of our ascension process. We just need to let go of control. Our bodies, mental, physical, emotional, and energetic, are changing and being triggered. We are being upgraded and doing deep shadow work at the same time. All might feel overwhelming, as it does for me the last few days. Our fears and doubts that are blocking our ascension and evolution, becoming more whole, are being cleared out and right on surface. There's also the collective shadows that are triggering people big time. There's much anger, fear about the future, and depression, feeling stuck. No, the best way we can help ourselves is to shut down the ego completely. It is time to let go. The old way of living with our old personalities is not working anymore, and that feels scary. The ascension process is not easy, but we are walking the path the ascended masters walked before us. We are doing it, but it takes courage and dedication to walk this path. It is easy to give up and turn away. However, do not give up, as we are closer to the finish line than ever before. All we have asked for and worked for is just around the corner, so just hang on even if you feel like giving up. Navigating this can only be done by completely surrendering to the divine, our Mother, Father, God, to be of service to Source, to be of service to others and not in service of self. Stop thinking. Send your ego on a long vacation, as it is not helping now. We got this. You got this. Remember to ask for divine support as much as you can. Ask your divine I Am presence, your higher self, to guide you. Call upon the angels, your divine love and light team, the ascended masters, the archangels, our galactic brothers and sisters for help. They are ready and awaiting your permission to step in and guide you. Take good care of yourself. Much love and a blessed new week. David Alexander Lightfoot. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Ramona Lappin. I can feel a lot of solar and geomagnetic activity as well as plasmas building up in the field, ready to be released, assisting the current activations and re-encryption of realities as we fully overstep, dissolve, and break through the frequency net on behalf of all. Let's do this. Oneness portal. Wow, can you feel this? It's like being squeezed, compressed, and expanded at the same time, blending deeper releases of past heartbreak, depression, and sadness with pure love, bliss, and expanded states of consciousness and clarity. Our body, vessel, and consciousness is going through a lot right now as the collectively quantum shift to the new time-space coordinate within the omniverse continues to unfold. As our true memories and clarity return, new perceptions arise from deep within us that are shape-shifting the very fabric of our realities in subatomic matter. As carbon atoms transform into crystalline, and our inner guide network and the outer continue to activate, clear, and amplify through these powerful cosmic rays and plasma wave infusions, matter as we know it transforms into a lighter, more crystalline, liquid form. Our DNA and diamond rainbow plasma light bodies are continuing to transform and activate at quantum god speed. What has taken months and years of linear time before, now transmuted in hours and days. That affects the mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical bodies, levels and layers as all merges. I'm seeing matter and antimatter merging. The light and the dark are merging as one, with the darkness being transformed back into light. All part of the divine love and at one-ment activation that I shared about earlier. Ever since I posted the information, I've started to receive some extremely powerful activations in preparation. Also, these are collective activations we get to anchor and amplify further on behalf of all, as everyone and everything is being affected in one way or another. All merges and transforms through the power of divine love now, God's love, dissolving into the oneness. We find ourselves in singularity, in no time, where all exists now, the 0-point field, where all possibilities exist. There is no one here but oneself, the one. All remaining blocks, walls, and veils of separation dissolve and are melting away now, and with it a higher perspective and consciousness arises. As our consciousness rises, so does our frequency, and that of the collective, planet, and all life, through the power of divine love. Can you feel these super powerful heart expansions and massive shifts in consciousness unfolding? Can you feel divine love running through your veins and heart, filling every atom, every cell and subatomic particle of yours with pure God source love? With our hearts releasing the last layers of pain, grief, feelings of loneliness, and illusions of separation. 3131 coming in, Mirror of the 1313, 444488 Portal Lionsgate, the Royal Lions of Lyra, of New Lemuria. We can feel an increasing buildup and an impending explosion that is ready to happen. Like our hearts are ready to burst wide open, and with it so much magic. Can you feel the magical possibilities and infinite potentials that are here now? All new beginnings and realities are truly just a frequency and the blink of an eye away. Can you feel this? Never mind what anyone is forecasting is supposed to happen and by what date. What do you see and feel as possible? Think limitless. Can you drop into the present now moment, into the 0-point field in no time, to access infinite quantum possibilities now? Because now is ultimately all there ever is, ever was, and ever will be. Now is when we get to change the past and the future. All new beginnings always possible now, where everything is ultimately, always, and already happening and in existence now. Our heart is the key, the stargate to the higher dimensional realities and experiences. The level of love we are able to feel and express for ourselves and all of life everywhere is what increases our levels of abundance and freedom in all ways, and so does our remembering. So many downloads are flooding in as we release deeper layers of past trauma from our cellular memories and consciousness. So much clarity, deeper insights are being revealed as we dare to go deeper and deeper within. As the key to being our true, authentic self is knowing thyself. We can't know ourselves if we don't dare to face ourselves and all that arises from within with total and full self-honesty, as well as making the adjustments. Lying to ourself no longer works here. All that is not true is falling apart at the seams and dissolves, as all is exposed now within and without. You may notice many projections arising within your awareness of self-reflections, seeing your own behaviors and actions that you have judged in others as part of your old, present, or even future self. Sometimes these are part of an old version of us that we are still judging but weren't aware of. So these judgments, inner conflicts require resolution to be fully released, which is why every judgment and trigger is always an opportunity to integrate another aspect of ourself. All coming up now to be clearly seen for what they are, to be observed in neutrality, with compassion and love, to enable their final alchemization, for us to learn deeper understanding of how all of this works and learn our soul's lessons. Now we're at the final exams for our PhDs, when our wounds turn to deep wisdom through experience and deep insights. Hence, inner contemplations are so very important, so we can resolve these pieces from within without creating outer conflict, often unconsciously. That's how we get to resolve it all. It becomes visible one way or another to be dealt with now. It is also important to remember, as we continue this labor of love, of deep healing work, that what we do for ourselves we also do for the collective, our family, and all those that will come after us. As we purify our own consciousness, we also assist the reprogramming of the collective and cosmic brain. This is truly a cosmic endeavor that involves all of our lifetimes, human and extraterrestrial, and is affecting all of life everywhere, as all is one consciousness, truly, all interconnected, all culminating in this now. This is why this is all very huge, so keep remembering this. Take pride and strength from this. I know it's been hard, believe me, I'm living it too. This is not for the faint of heart for sure. Perseverance is absolutely key, and so is faith. And we can't believe or have faith in God or God's plan if we don't believe or have faith in ourselves. It's the same thing. That's why knowing thyself is so important, as you can't know God if you don't know your true self. It is the most challenging thing to keep the faith when all that we see isn't validating what we know to be true deep within. But this is exactly the test. That we chose our inner knowing, wisdom, and intuition above all the conditioning, brainwashing, and holographic inserts, because that's how this dissolves now. By us breaking fully through it from the inside out, by seeing through the illusions and veils and knowing them for what they are, by fully remembering and reclaiming our true power. That's our breakthrough. We came to make it happen. It's not something that just happens to us. It's a divine orchestration and co-creation by the One. We came to reverse it all, because these are our gifts and abilities. This is our wealth. This is how we fully reclaim our freedom and unlock the abundance that is our birthright, all through us trusting and having faith in ourselves and our God-given power and gifts, when we stand tall and shine bright like the sons of God that we are. You are so very needed in this world that has not acknowledged your light, gifts, and brilliance fully yet. That's because most people can't see or remember their own, because most can't see, acknowledge, or validate you because they don't know or see themselves fully either. You have to validate, believe in, and see your own magnificent self. No one can take that away from you ever. Once you truly value and love yourself as you are, just be you. The world will adjust and the right tribe will find you, because this is what this is ultimately all about. Unification of self with God, and to come to divine union with all of life everywhere, dissolving all remaining illusions and delusions that are keeping us imprisoned and separated because of the cages, walls, and boxes created by our own minds. Time to break free, beloveds. Divine love is the key. Eternal love and blessings, Ramona. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Carolyn, 144 God Code. Balance between the masculine and feminine has been a success. This balance was required internally and externally through the quantum field to achieve this level of collapsing old timelines and old ways of being. The subconscious mind is also healed of this, supporting you releasing stress and worry, and rewrite subliminal belief systems based on the new, unified you. You are at the end of a lot of hard work and labor. Detoxing karmic contracts and alignment to your future self is bringing the heart into harmony for this week's full moon eclipse. This is the gateway of transformation, especially in love and marriage. Movement forward into a new earth quantum being. With equally reciprocated relationship is happening after months of challenges and resistance. A lot of effort was required to get your manifestations birthed into this new sector of love, relationships, family, and home. Give yourself credit for completing such a big mission of clearing ancestral karma and rewriting a new genetic script. You have accomplished this with great success. Now the key is yours to open the door and enter into a new beginning. In Jesus Christos' name, Amen. Carolyn Kundalini twin flames. And from Divine Brothor of the Light Levi banner, upcoming alignments. The Sun is in a square alignment to Jupiter on November 15th. This expands our experience of Scorpio season and brings our awareness into a bigger picture of what depth and intensity is about. The same day on November 15th, the feminine planet Venus is in a square alignment to the planet of healing, the fracture points, Chiron. This might be a time for the feminine within you to recognize her wounds and find the medicine to directly address and heal them. The sacred feminine is at the end of her year in a half-overtone cycle in Gemini, and is at the height of her ascent. She has now reclaimed all the main parts of her power and is finding what else is left to heal. Perhaps it's simply just seeing herself in her own full power, or allowing herself to truly be whole. From Shamanic Astrology Mystery School, and from Divine Sistar of the Light Leah Whitehorse. Sun in Scorpio square Jupiter in Aquarius. Venus in Capricorn square Chiron retrograde in Aries. The Sun in Scorpio pushes us to go deeper, explore life's mysteries, the depths of the psyche, confront fears. The connection to Jupiter brings up a feeling that we want more of everything. More friends, greater connection, more adventures, better community, more changes, more meaning. The desire for change looms large. Jealousy seep out, or restlessness because the grass over there looks so much greener. With Venus also square to Chiron, any sense of lack is felt acutely, along with a fear that if we dare to go after the heart's calling, we'll be rejected, hurt, or disappointed. Venus, already somewhat inhibited in Capricorn, may put up walls rather than risk pain. Trust that the door will open when the time is right. Let go of toxic comparison. Don't stretch yourself out of shape to try to fit in or chase what others have. Make your dreams achievable instead of overfacing. Ask for what you are worth. Have faith in yourself and fellow travelers. Let love be the foundation upon which all is built. From LeahWhitehorse.com. And from Calendar Truth. NS 1.34.5.1.76. Welcome to month Moon 5 of Radiance, November 15th through December 12th, 2021. We are now in the 5th moon of our 13-month, 28-day calendar journey, having just completed the self-existing moon of form, month 4. Our question to contemplate over the next 28 days is, how can I best empower myself? Frequency shift from time is money to time is art. Time and money probably represent the most valuable assets within modern-day society. The 13-month, 28-day calendar is based on the aesthetic and holistic vision of the cosmos that fosters a new paradigm rooted in mathematical harmony and centered around the fact that our lives are an act of creative expression throughout time. Nature is the greatest artist. Nature always manifests in elegant patterns and perfect mathematical proportions. We may observe the harmonics of music and sound, the patterns of waves, the form of the spiral, the platonic solids, and the entire category of knowledge known as sacred geometry. The study of time and calendars reveals patterns in time, just as there are patterns in space. For example, the lunar calendar based on lunation, moon phases, has a natural pattern. There is a geometrical pattern to the equinoxes and solstices, and the midway points between them. Just as there are many geometrical shapes in space, triangle, cube, dodecahedron, and so forth, there are also many natural patterns in time, and together they are called the synchronic order. From 13moon.com. And from 13 Moon Peace Time, welcome to the overtone peacock moon of radiance. This is the 5th moon of the planetary service wave spell, holding the power of radiance. Though the present-day environmental and political chaos might look like an unmanageable aggregate of runaway forces and events, in actuality, all that is occurring is the function of a larger program, unfolding in predictable evolutionary mutational sequence. This sequence is referred to as the biosphere-noosphere transition. It's not a biospheric crisis, but a noospheric emergency. José Orwell's Volume Votan. We are in an unprecedented time of transition at every level, with many threats to human well-being and existence. With all the propaganda circulating, it is hard for many to decipher what is true. We are ultimately reminded that this is a spiritual journey and a transition from one way of being to another. According to the law of time, this is part of the process of the biosphere-noosphere transition. This is defined as the biogeochemical change in the planet's evolution brought about by human thought and machine impact on the environment. See Manifesto for the Noosphere by Jose Arguelles. Understanding the biosphere-noosphere transition is aided by the discovery of the Psi Bank. See Earth Ascending by Dr. Jose Arguelles. The Psi Bank is the nervous system of the noosphere that wraps around the planet. It is the autoregulatory guiding mechanism of planetary evolution. Conscious manifestation as the PSI bank is a function of the biosphere-noosphere transition, which can only be brought about through conscious activation. The 13-moon calendar is the simplest daily application to activate the PSI bank of thus the noosphere. Join us for a free online noosphere event on Blue Magnetic Storm, the 4th day of the overtone moon. For more information, contact Ik Ne Huain. This day synchronizes with the longest partial lunar eclipse of the century. This is followed a few heptads later by a full solar eclipse on Blue Self-Existing Eagle, the 20th day of the overtone moon. In the pulsar geometry, the 5th tone is the 4th dimensional command tower, directing us to empower ourselves to a collective return to spirit this moon. Cosmic history quote for Moon 5, Day 1. The 5th force animates the entire cosmos with incredible brilliance and power, like an interval exploding supernova that eternally radiates. From 13moonpeacetime.com. Today from the Tzolk'in Times, Keen 76, Yellow Spectral Warrior. Spectral is the name for the number 11, and its keywords are liberation, dissolve, and release. The 11th day always offers respite from the agenda that began on day 1 of the wave spell. It's like a day off for everybody, and we are free of the agenda. This is especially good for people who have been struggling with this White World Bridger wave spell. It's also a good day to release and let go. Today is Yellow Warrior, which represents questioning, fearlessness, and intelligence. A great day to take on a mission, to wield your willpower, and to take no bull. As it falls on a spectral day, this suggests that any mission or quest you take on will be liberating. Or if your quest is to liberate yourself, be a warrior, and you shall succeed. Warrior teaches us to use the intelligence that we have, to ask questions and gather information before proceeding. These quests are always to do with your spiritual development and not about going to war. The sword you possess represents willpower. It's not about wielding weapons and violence. Today's guide is also Yellow Warrior, and so a double helping of that energy. And today from Divine Sistar of the Light, Christina Papagiorgio, Yellow Spectral Warrior, 11 Keeb, Keen 76, 15th of November 2021. Liberating fearlessness, dissolving battles. 15-11-2021 equals 625 equals 67 equals 13 equals 4. Day codes 15, charisma, magnetism, spiritual alchemy. 6, heaven, Christ, romance, harmony. 13, cosmic, goddess, natural lore. 4, form, structure, foundation. Month year codes 11, portal, gate, polarity. 2, twins, partner, cooperation. 5, freedom, liberation, change, transformation. 7, spiritual, magic, mystic, initiation. Keen 76 equal 13 equal 4. 13, cosmic consciousness, goddess. 13, 4, building a foundation for new earth. A day of endings and closure from the battles of the past, in order to create the foundation of the new time of cosmic consciousness. The spectral warrior is liberating us from the past. Day 11 in the White World Bridger wave spell of surrender, letting go, forgiveness, networking, and building bridges. Today we seek liberation through surrendering all of our fears in order to become multidimensional sovereign beings. Tone of creation. Spectral is the 11th tone of creation. It operates in the emotional realm, and its actions are that of dissolving, releasing, and liberating. This is a very powerful opportunity to release the past and move forward fearlessly free from obstructions. The spectral action, together with the 5-yearly 2021 Liberation Code and the World Bridger cycle, create final closure, dissolving all impediments to you finally claiming your true power. Tone 11 symbolizes a gateway and polarity, inviting you to step through into a new world as the fearless rainbow warrior. Once our soul light is awakened and ignited, we become the fearless, divine rainbow warriors, and united we become an unstoppable force, an army of the light. Victory to the light. Today's question is, what fears will you surrender, let go, and totally dissolve in order to fearlessly reclaim your power, finally crossing the rainbow bridge to your new world, liberated and free? Divine blessings for the releasing of all fear and refusing to play small anymore. Stand tall in your sovereign power. In la ketch a la keen, Christina White Magnetic World Bridger, Keen 66. Keen 76, Yellow Spectral Warrior. The mantra, the code for today is, I dissolve in order to question. Releasing fearlessness, I seal the output of intelligence. With the spectral tone of liberation, I am guided by the power of my own power doubled. And on this powerful day, beloved beings of light, let us know in the comments below what you're seeing, what you're feeling, your dreams, your visions, and your synchronicities. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below and the little bell to get notifications on future updates. 555 coming in. And as always, we have a link in the description below to the transcriptions of today's transmissions, and we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. Now, I'd like to thank everyone supporting us in our work and mission. We rely on your monthly pledges and donations to continue our work. So if you'd like to vote for us to continue bringing these transmissions to the world and help us on our mission, you can either make a monthly pledge on Patreon or a one-time donation to our PayPal link at eaglelovecondor.com. We'd like to also thank everyone supporting my Sacred Condor's artwork on Etsy. You can purchase her beautiful handmade goddess totems, zodiac goddesses, healing jewelry, angels, and other works of art at lunagoddessart.com, and she has a 15% off sale over the next 20 days for the holiday season. So be sure to pick up a beautiful gift for someone in your tribe. And now we're going to complete today's transmissions from our Brothors and Sisters of the Pleiades. Pleiades 1 messages, November 14th, 2021. P1 calling Terrans for origins recognition. Attention for calls in PVSE-SDE. New cycles keep starting fully. Telepathic magnifications increase for those true ones. Crystalline core remain hyper-accessible. Pearls continue to be delivered. Sequences will return as well as the spectators tune in. P1, alignment and dimension 5D. Lemurian pearls and reconnections to bearer support 59% non-regressive. Lemurian pearls and reconnections to bearer 58% reverberation non-regressive. Shaman fauna powers in internal alignment projectors aimed support 59% non-regressive. Shaman fauna powers in internal alignment projectors aimed Terran reverberation 59% non-regressive. Port 144 liberated. Divine teaching standards are announced. Nevic support in tune 62% non-regressive. Temporarily end of transmission. Pleiades 1 supporting merger of plans. From disclosurenews.it. Thank you for joining us today, beloved beings of light. Have a most beautiful, blessed, and auspicious ascension journey, and have a most powerful week as we journey into this powerful eclipse portal in the full moon in Taurus this Friday, the 19th, November 19, 1119. Keep walking gently your sacred path with heart, with peace in every step. and keep shining brightly your light into the night. Be sure to make this the best day ever. The eagle and the condor love you all. Namaste.